First thing I would like to say is happy birthday, Predator. If you think that I was going to stop spreading the truth, well, you're wrong. And I'm still here. Hi, everyone. This is Elaine again. I wanted to just hop on and thank everybody for, supporting me. And it's been a journey. It's been a long drawn process. And I just wanted to share some updates. And of course, the first thing I would like to say is happy birthday, Predator. If you think that I was going to stop spreading the truth, well, you're wrong. And I'm still here. I'm still going to make the truth known. So I noticed that there was a video that was actually taken, blocked, or more turned into private, which was the 3-minute accusation clarification video that you can no longer find on his channel because I think he made it private. But I can see that there are a lot of other channels that actually still has that video. But to make everything simple, I am just going to show you first that it is actually missing. So how I actually found out was let me share my screen here. I'm on Zoom, by the way, so there's no cut and paste here. Let me look. Let's see. I have a couple of things open that I would like to share with you. Where is this? There we go. So first of all, whoever included the accusation of rape into the Wikipedia, thank you very much, because this has to be known. And what was horrible about this whole thing was what I heard after I shot the long video, where I actually spoke with other survivors who had had encounters with him, and it was nothing short of disappointing and horrifying. Like, the whole idea that this man has actually hurt so many people, and he is still going on like there's no remorse. Still being able to sing his music, still being able to do his thing. Like, there is no remorse, there is no repercussion whatsoever that, you know, he's I'm sorry, there's no better way to say this except for the fact that he's a monster. He's a monster, he's a predator, and this man is not going to cease. He is not going to stop. So I know there are supporters out there supporting him. And of course, I've seen the comments of calling me a bitch or calling me a liar and stuff like that. At the end of the day, I have nothing to gain out of this. The one thing that I want to make sure is just nobody else gets hurt. It's as simple as that. Nobody else gets hurt. So, back to what I wanted to share, right? Which we were actually talking about the denying of all the allegations. As you can see here, it is in the YouTube video. And if you go to here, this link here, as I click in, whoops, no, that's not the right one. I apologize. Ta-da! You cannot see it anymore. And also, let's not conveniently forget the fact that he actually blocked all the comments, hid all the comments, deleted the negative ones. But people have eyes, and people are watching. At the end of the day, whatever you are trying to hide, it's gonna be dug out. You can't hide the truth. At the end of the day, you cannot hide the truth. But at the same time, if you actually still look for it, it's still there. But just to make it simple for everyone here, I'm just going to play the video on my end and walk away because it is a very disappointing, disgusting. I have no other better words to describe. So let me stop share here and play you the video while I walk away. I really can't. It's too disgusting to me. Oops, that is the wrong. Oh, by the way, this is the screenshot, so I am watching. Let me stop share here. Oh. There we go. This is the right one. And I'm gonna walk away.
Hello everyone, my name is Richie Stevenson, aka Richie Stephens, and I'm here today to address some allegations that you might see going around about me. Initially, I said I wasn't going to say anything, but now I think I owe it to my family, to my friends, and to my fans to come out and set the record straight. Miss Elaine Lim came out on social media and made some allegations against me. Some of what she said is true, but I am here to tell you what is true. One, she was on tour with me in Australia in 2019. Two, she made a formal report to the police against me. Three, she did a rape kit. But what she did not tell you, a thorough investigation was done by the Australian police. I was detained. They took a statement from me, a statement from her, a statement from other people, and there were cameras in the vicinity. While I was detained, I called my attorney, Mr. Christopher Townsend, who advised me on what to do. And at the end of that investigation, they found her allegations were simply baseless. You know what is true? I'm really sorry for her to know that she would go that far to try and get some recognition. We're living in a time where people are doing certain things. We see it every day. Some people believe that likes are far more important than the truth. And we're here today to bring the truth out. Check this out. She claimed that I came back to Jamaica and run to the media and give them fabricated stories. I have not done not even one interview. I have not posted a video about the incident. I didn't do nothing like that. The only thing happened is my attorney, Mr. Christopher Townsend, wrote a letter that I posted on my IG. That's all I did. Now this is in contrast to what she has done. You have to remember this, people. This woman is a professional video editor. And if you take a keen look at her video, you see the sheet behind her, you see she talk in a certain type of way. This is nothing but a stage performance, a whole stage production. No, you don't need to stage the truth. All right, people, let's take a look at something where she said. She said, in her country, I would be guilty until proven innocent, which is not even true. But that tells you how warped her mind is. She also took the time to invite the media to link her personally. Clearly, she look a boss. Now, ladies and gentlemen, she even trying to make it seem as if she didn't get justice in Australia. Australia is one of the most serious countries in the world when it comes to sex crimes. Now, I am a very serious supporter of bringing sexual predators to justice. But her allegations are simply not true. There are people with serious issues as a result of sex crimes. So when people like her come with all these lies, it does not help the movement. I am Richie Stephens, and that's my piece.
All right. First, let me take a piece. Well, if you like to call that the Australia is one of the tightest country for actually sexual assault, then I have something to share with you, which I actually got from a very simple one. It's from the sexual assault laws in Australia from the Australian Institute of Family Studies, and I would like to draw your attention to this. All right, this is the statistics of the actual conviction rate of sexual assault in Australia. All right, so for those people who actually said that you actually think that they actually have a very tight system for sexual assault, I'm sorry to tell you that's not true. That's not true, and I've spoken with other survivors of different cases, and they have their own difficulty in prosecuting. And what really disgusts me in this whole thing was how he was saying that he stands with survivors and that my accusations were simply baseless. So allow me to present another thing to you. Let me see where it's at. So an update about my case is that I have tried to seek extra push to the case after the police decided not to charge. And they came back and they said they still couldn't push it, but I did have something to actually say that it's not as if my account wasn't believed. It was because they couldn't establish enough that he did not know beyond a reasonable doubt and know that this kind of cases have a very, very high proof of burden, a high burden of proof that you have to be beyond a reasonable doubt. All right, so that's difficulty right there. And this was what I have. Where is it? Let's open this up. So, as you can see here, no reasonable prospect of conviction does not mean that he is innocent. And you can also see that it doesn't mean that my account is not believed. So in his case whereby he actually said that it's baseless, that is also not true. But it doesn't mean that I'm giving up and I'm gonna constantly still push the truth, because the whole basis of it at the end of the day, like I shared, he cannot be allowed to do this to another. And I know this is difficult, this is hard to believe. Nobody wants to believe that an upright or perceived upright man would actually do something so heinous. And my heart sank. Honestly, my heart just sank when I had other survivors coming to me and just telling me about their experiences. It's unbelievable. And then that's all I'm going to say about it. At the end of the day, I know there are people who will believe. I know there are people that won't. The only thing I can do is to present the facts. It's up to you to decide which is the truth, what is the truth. But on my side, I won't stop fighting because the truth about him needs to be known. The people that he has hurt, not just on me, but other survivors who may or may not come out at their own time. This is a predator, everyone. You need to be careful. And for those people who really say that you believe it and that is actually a lie, this whole thing is a farce, well, maybe then you might want to consider showing how much you actually trust him by sending your own daughter on tour with him or being in a solitary space alone. Would you? How willing would you go to trust this person? Me and other survivors, we're still dealing with our trauma as we speak. We're still working on healing. Whatever he has done has not been just a minor little impact. You took my whole life upside down. And yet, even after I came out to tell, and you say you owe it to your friends, your fans, your family members to tell the truth. Wow. Let me just say, wow. Wow, you're able to lie through your teeth, and I am impressed because I never ever thought that someone is that downright disgusting. No remorse after you've hurt somebody. Even more, I will be here and I will continue to speak my truth so that people actually know the kind of person that you are. You can hide all the comments. You can try to, stop people from saying negative stuff. While people have eyes, they can think independently. They can ascertain the facts and decide for themselves what is true and what is not. I'm just surprised. I'm honestly just taken aback. When I saw your video, I really actually thought you would actually say some truth. Videos? Really? The police investigated. Yeah. But because of the legality issues is why they can't charge you. It is not because you are innocent. What about those people that you have hurt? I've heard each time I have a survivor coming to me to tell me their own experience. Do you know how I felt? I felt mad. I felt frustrated that you are still out on the streets. That you have no sense of remorse. That after causing pain to so many people's lives, You could carry on. And you are a father. You have a family. You know how hard it is for me to even just grasp and understand why a family man would do something like that? I can't. I really can't. Because I want to believe that given the chance, someone will do the right thing. Clearly, I was proven wrong. And people like you are still around. And at the end of the day, for people who want to talk about forgiveness, asking the survivors to forgive the predators, well, my example should show you enough. How do we forgive someone who doesn't even think they did anything wrong? Which is why my first step is to be out here, to share my truth, because this is my way of taking back my power. You have taken away my light, and it's very unfortunate that you couldn't find your own light and you had to take so many others. You cannot hide from the truth. If ever that one day you ask, why is all this happening to me? Then ask yourself this: why did I even do that? Simple as that. We don't need to persecute someone if you're innocent. But the fact that you're still out there, and me bearing that thought that someone else might get hurt, is why I am still out here today and I'm still talking. Each time you think that this is over, know that I am always there looking and making sure that people don't forget what you have done. I'm sorry, that's the kind of person you are. But then I take the responsibility to speak up for other survivors and to tell the other survivors that you can take back your power when you're ready, of course. At the end of the day, you don't have to force yourself if you're not. I myself took 2 years to heal. One more thing that I wanted to address. Talking about I did not post anything in the media based on what he has said. Let me show you timelines and screenshots. First, let me close the disgusting video because your face sickens me. So, when the incident first happened, there were two statements that were posted online on social media from my end and the artist who I was on tour to assist. So let me just open up two things here so you can see what was actually being posted. So on November 15th, we had a statement that was posted by the artist on tour where she said that she was going to pull off the tour. And as you can see here, there was no mention who it was. All right. Let's go to my statement. You can see that's 4 days later where I posted about my experience. And this is November 19th. So remember, the first one is November 15th and then November 19th. Also, which during the statement itself, I did not call him out. Let me see. Let me see. All right, let me just open up this one. So this is November 19, 11 p.m. where it was interesting because he actually said there are persons alleging sexual assault when none of us, not me, not the artist on tour, to actually say that it was him. And he also said that the matter has been thoroughly investigated by the authorities who have found no merit. And we're talking about the matter, according to him, he was actually thoroughly investigated on the 19th of November. But as you can clearly see from, let me just do a quick first letter. Let's talk about the first letter where some of you have seen the first letter. Let me see. As you can see here, let me just point out the date. 19 January 2021. And this was when the first letter was actually given. Here it says insufficient evidence to proceed to trial. All right, so here's something I want to make very, very clear. When they say insufficient evidence to proceed to trial, it is actually not talking about the fact that there is insufficient evidence of the case. It's actually talking about the evidence that we have does not support the fact that he does not know beyond a reasonable doubt that I did not consent, even though it was clear, even though no was verbally spoken, and stop, all of which are very, very clear signs of stop. All right, so let's go back to the timeline. Where you can see that in November 2019, when he says that the matter was thoroughly investigated, it was not true. And when he says no merits, as you can see from the previous one where I showed, but it does not show that my account is not believed. And I want you to understand that there are different tiers to how the police would see things. The first step is whether or not they believe that it has happened. That was not my problem. My problem came because of the beyond a reasonable doubt that he knows I didn't consent. And Australia is working to change that law right now. Unfortunately, it's not going to do anything for my case. But I do hope that it helps other survivors in the future to find some closure and, just basically, I want this whole thing to stop. Nobody else needs to get hurt. And then on November 22nd, when he said, my management team has brought to my attention that there are mischievous persons still indulging in what could only be a smear campaign. We did not call you out. I will leave you to read the rest of this. All right? Y'all can always pause the video and read it. But the one thing that I want to be very, 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 very clear is that none of which that I have said in my previous video or now is based on guesses or speculation. And I have the evidence to back up what I said. Where is yours? I leave you to make your own judgment, but for those people who are still other predators, all right, the people still supporting him, I want you to think. This is not just on me. But predators, including mine, stop. Because you never know when you would actually meet someone like me who will not stop fighting for the truth. I stand in my truth. And whatever you're going to say about it, it does not change the truth. For the people still supporting, I have nothing to say except for I hope you know what you're doing. I hope no one else around you gets hurt. And I will keep standing in my light, in my truth. And I want to tell all the survivors out there who might be watching this that you are not alone. That one day, when you're ready, you can take back your light. Take back that power that was taken away from you in the first place. Thank you, everyone.